This opens up with the sensation of drifting, as if maybe a float in a sensory deprivation tank.
Or maybe like you've just woken up in a bath.
In Spain.
Yes. And the track provides a moment of internal dialogue laid over a staccato ballad. This composition was the very last to be written and provided the necessary feel for the midpoint of the record.
Yeah, it arrived like a winning goal in the last few seconds of a match. It sounds like a digital soul record with Spanish syncopation.
I played this track to that bloke Christina Aguilera the other day. He's a funny-looking girl, isn't he? He looks a lot like the singer of Twisted Sister or that other bloke, Courtney Love. Ugh.
Every planet we reach is dead. An image of catching a glimpse of your soul at the battlefield from above. I lost my land. This is, how do you put it? An unloaded question. A soft proposal to question ourselves and our decisions.
There's a Charles Bukowski quote that goes something like, if you're losing your soul and you know it, then you still got a soul left to lose. You can kind of hear the sentiment in the line, I lost my way, what am I going to do?
Hey, Russell, have you been eating onions?
The piano solo on the outro is supplied by Mr. Ike Turner. It's real easy to forget the influence that Ike had on music. I mean, James Brown learned a lot of his showmanship and work ethic from Ike and his Kings of Rhythm band very early on. Ike's Rocket 88 in 1951 is widely regarded as being possibly the first true rock and roll record.
Yeah, he really lets loose at the end of this one. Good old Ike.
Yeah, he's like really knocking 7 shades of shine out of the piano, isn't he?
It's right back down to earth on this track.
The beginning sounds like an old Wham record.
This features a rap supplied by London-born rapper MF Doom. MF Doom has rapped under several different identities. He started out as Zev Love, the mastermind of KMD. He's also released a couple of albums as MM Food, but he appears on this track as MF Doom.
MF stands for Metal Face, and the Doom bit is in part a tribute to the Marvel Comics supervillain Dr. Doom, the Iron Enemy of the Fantastic Four.
Doom recently hooked up with producer Madlib for the excellent 2004 Mad Villainy album.
Oh, funnily enough, I had that playing on my iPod when I crashed my quad bike the other day.
This is a massive swinging, bouncing hip-hop track featuring a machine-gunning rap from London's own Roots Maneuver. Rootsy's vocal just kind of dances between the huge, rolling, circular beat.
Like a boxer filled up with brandy.
Roots Maneuver has been dropping by Kong Studios on and off since we started. I thought his Run Come Save Me album was incredible, and Gorillaz have talked about collaborating with him for a long time.
Yeah, he's told me loads of times that I'm his best mate.
It would be a limitation to say the Roots Maneuver is at the forefront of UK hip-hop as a rapper. He's at the forefront of hip-hop, full stop. His qualities and vocal imagery create a universal sound, and he's set to become such a dominant force in music worldwide. He's a British Dr. Zeus.
Russ, are you from Texas?
All alone, maybe the sense of isolation is a hard one to shift, and sometimes the feeling carries on into adulthood. And maybe the older people get, they learn to suppress it or ignore it, but it's still there.
The additional vocals came courtesy of Martina Topley-Bird. Her vocal is so light, warm, and sweet. It provides the release in this case. We met her through mutual friends that worked on her Quixotic album.
I've thought about this for a long time, you know. If I really had to choose, if there was no way out of it, I would have to say prawn cocktail is probably my favourite flavour of crisps.
This is the most punk rock sounding track on the album. A real pumping powerhouse. The drums really motor along. It's relentless.
Hey, this is more like it.
The guitar line on this track is played by one of the Mexican inmates that Murdoc brought back with him after his time in jail. They helped him escape. Now Murdoc owes them.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're both good guys when you get to know them. Yeah?
A part of Murdoc's payment was to allow them to appear on the new Gorillaz album. Hence the slightly, drunken nature of the guitar playing.
Alcohol is one of the way we suppress our indecisions.
Certainly one of the better ones, love. Beer is proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy.
The clouds part briefly halfway through the track before the second wave kicks in. Still the nerves, remove the doubt. This is no word for overanalyzing our emotions.
Well, yes, in this day and age, you've got to be like Dr. Spock sometimes and just look at things unemotionally.
Mr. Spock.
Huh?
In Star Trek, it wasn't Dr. Spock, it was Mr. Spock. Everyone makes that mistake.
Oh, whatever. Christ, I hate you so much.
This song is about the relentless fury of alcohol, the focused drive and singular thirst that kind of desire creates. One man's passion is another man's addiction.
Oh yeah, some drunk tramp did the vocal for this song. You know, the white light bit. He sang it into a dictaphone for us one morning when he was slumped in a heap down by the canal.
Sorry, did you just call me a tramp? You better watch your lips, sonny.
This is a hefty track. Part Clash, part Madonna.
You know what? That's a rubbish description. It's got nothing to do with Madonna. It's got a vocal by my old mate Sean Ryder. Sean, eh? He's a scallywag, isn't he?
No, he's from Manchester. Scallywags are from Liverpool.
Yeah, all right, cheeky chops. But, you know, he's singing it like he's from Liverpool. I mean, the lyrics go, it's coming up, it's coming up, it's coming up, it's there. But he's going, it's there, you know, man, and all that, la. Hence why the title of the song got changed from It's There to Dare, as in It's Dare. And that's why he's a scallywag. Got it?
Yeah, it's all gravy, brother.
Oh, no, seriously? Don't start with all that rubbish. Jesus.
Sean Ryder was the singer of the Happy Mondays, a huge influence on so many people. As a lyricist, he was one of the only true voices and documenters of the late 80s, early 90s period. You can tell he's an original because he spawned so many imitators, not just musically, but in his lifestyle and the way he spoke, right down to his sense of humor and his taste in clothes.
Balls. When he came into the studio, it was like, oh, I say, what time's tea then? Do I have time to lay down some of my singing before we retire to the drawing room? Marvellous. Super. All that Manx street tour is just a big put-on for the cameras. Sean's really just a big posh kid.
I think emotionally where this song fits on the album is that despite all the lows, there are great highs. There's a sense of camaraderie on this track. It's tough.
This track went through many manifestations before finally settling itself in this form, a big shiny Gorillaz tune.
It's there!
This tale is about balance. You must be able to open your eyes without being poisoned by the evil you can see, and even innocence must prepare to fight when it's necessary. Apathy is a decision with consequences, and you must take action when necessary.
Without losing sight of what you're fighting for. The tale on this track is narrated by Mr. Dennis Hopper. Noodle ran into him at some award show, and it turns out he knew some Gorillaz tracks already. We told him what we were working on, and he took it from there. He came down to the studio for an afternoon and, you know, put his presence on the record.
Ah, Dennis Hopper. Oh, you know, Denny. Ugh, he had such a big effect on me.
Nowadays, he's become a symbol for that particular type of hedonistic, narcotic energy.
And he's got some killer bikes.
He's being a spokesman for free creativity and ignoring the rules at the risk of holding your own sanity to ransom. Therefore, a natural Gorillaz cohort.
Hopper's highway has always been to take the William Blake route of excess to reveal the palace of wisdom. I can relate to that.
But his journey was fueled by a desire to uncover the truth, or maybe something just more truthful, with more value. The backdrop to his classic Easy Rider film was an America in transition period after the ravages of the Vietnam War, and filmed in an age in which people were questioning the wisdom of their political system. He seemed like an astute choice, to feature on this track.
Yeah, and he was great in speed as well.
This little parable that Dennis narrates is a short story that Noodle wrote in the style of Hermann Hesse, a childlike fable of a people too good-hearted to see the steady influx of other people with a darker agenda.
Yes, both groups depicted are extreme portraits of the people they are meant to represent, but this is to show how the two sides, ignorant to the position of the other, will clash. This result in a devastating loss for all, in which no one won.
I sold Dennis my old Winnebago while he was down at Kong, you know, so I sort of said I'd knock a bit off the price if he gave us the vocal.
This is a little slice of West Coast sun-soaked harmony. The part this plays is as a transition into a more optimistic exit for the album, like coming up for air.
For the orchestrated harmony, we drafted in the London Community Gospel Choir. This works as a prelude or link to the next track. The message is, don't get lost in the fog. Again, it's saying, beware what you can lose by losing sight of the goal.
Or maybe, don't let the negative events cloud over the bigger picture.
Or you can lead a horse to water, but you can never get it to pay your phone bill. Christ, come on, get on with it. I've got a plane to catch.
As with the previous track, the vocal harmonies were provided by the London Community Gospel Choir.
You remember when you were a little kid and you would look at the clouds in the sky as the sunlight bounced off them? And something that simple would make you feel a part of everything and all alone at the same time. And that feeling's not something you can ever put into words. So you spend your whole life chasing it, making music, taking pictures, painting, whatever, in the hope that other people will understand that sense or feeling. As creative entities, we look for signs of life outside ourselves, for a connection to alleviate the sense of solitude. That's why we all do what we do, whether we know it of ourselves or not.
Nope. Still not getting you, mate. It is, and will always be, for the birds after the show. Anyone who says any different is just spinning you a yarn.
Okay, maybe you're right then.
The track's a positive reassurance. Today's a new day. We still have everything to gain, and a universe to fight for. This is the album's exit, the flip side to the intro. It's a very uplifting and optimistic finale to the album, as the beginning presents the listener with the sensation of being alone, isolated, and the end feels more like a universal connection.
Really? Do go on.
Just be aware to keep your senses alive. Don't desensitize yourself to life just because it's a struggle and can be painful. Because if you avoid it, you'll lose more than you'll ever know.
Yeah, I see.
All we really have in life is the ability to feel and understand. If you remove that part of yourself in order to fight, then you have lost the battle at the start.
To be an unconscientious objector is of no real value.
Sorry, did you pick that up?